Alan Alda, beloved as Hawkeye on M*A*S*H, married Arlene Weiss in 1957 and never looked back. A clarinetist turned photographer and writer, she walked beside him through fame, illness, and aging. After more than 6 decades together, they treasure a quieter life built on humor, respect, and partnership. Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn met while filming Swing Shift in 1983 and soon became one of Hollywood's most beloved couples. They never married but share a son, Wyatt, and 4 grown children between them. Now Goldie is 79 and Kurt 74. After 42 years together, they credit laughter, freedom, and deep friendship for keeping their love alive. Viola Davis met Julius Tenen on a set in 1999, and they married on June 23, 2003. Their love has run alongside awards, activism, and building a company together. Now Viola is 60 and Julius 72. Over 20 years on, their partnership is anchored in faith, rituals, and refusing to let go. In 1974, while Jeff Bridges was filming Rancho Deluxe, he met Susan Jeston, a college student working as a waitress in Paradise Valley. He fell for her instantly, and they married in 1977. Now Jeff is 75 and Susan 71. They say quiet loyalty, gentle laughter, and daily kindness have kept their love intact for nearly 5 decades. Kevin Bacon met Kyra Sedgwick on the set of Lemon Sky in 1987, and they married on September 4, 1988. They share 2 children, Travis and Sozie, and remain one of Hollywood's most admired couples. Now Kevin is 67 and Kyra 60. After 37 years together, they credit laughter, loyalty, and balance for keeping their love strong. David Hasselhoff, international star of Knight Rider and Baywatch, met Welsh shop assistant turned model Haley Roberts when she asked for a photo. After years of dating, they married in Italy in 2018. With a big age gap but easy chemistry, they balance his nostalgic fame with travel, quiet routines, and a close blended family. Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas met in 1998 and married on November 18, 2000, in a grand ceremony at New York's Plaza Hotel. They share 2 children, Dylan and Karis. Now Catherine is 56 and Michael 81. After 25 years together, they credit patience, humor, and shared family values for their lasting bond. Sarah Jessica Parker met Matthew Broderick through New York Theater in 1991, and they married on May 19, 1997, in a surprise downtown ceremony that felt like a scene from one of their plays. Now Sarah is 60 and Matthew 63. After 28 years, their love leans on shared work, separate identities, and a New York sense of humor. Warren Beatty and Annette Bening met while filming Bugsy in 1991 and tied the knot on March 3, 1992. They share 4 children and continue to support each other's artistic passions. Now Warren is 88 and Annette 67. Married for 33 years, they credit humor, respect, and independence for their lasting harmony. Lisa Kudrow and French advertising executive Michel Stern married in 1995. While the world watched her on Friends, their life stayed mostly off camera. Now Lisa is 62 and Michel 67. Their enduring partnership of over 30 years rests on discretion, deep friendship, and a quiet commitment to walking the same road. In 1983, Rob Lowe met makeup artist Cheryl Burkhoff on a blind date. Then they reconnected on Bad Influence and married in 1991. Now Rob is 61 and Cheryl 64. After more than 30 years, their bond leans on forgiveness, humor, couples therapy, and keeping Hollywood at arm's length. Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson met on the set of Bosom Buddies in 1981 and married on April 30th, 1988, in Los Angeles. They share 2 sons, Chet and Truman, and a deep, enduring bond. Now Tom is 69 and Rita 68. After 37 years of marriage, they credit faith, humor, and unconditional support as their guiding strengths. Michelle Pfeiffer met TV writer David E. Kelley on a blind date in 1993, and they quietly married later that year. Through changing trends, awards, and Hollywood pressure, they've stayed side by side. Now Michelle is 67 and David 69. After more than 3 decades together, they credit privacy, shared principles, and laughing through the chaos for a calm, steady love. Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman met in 1971 while working in theater and married on January 28, 1982. They share 3 children and decades of laughter both on and off screen. Now Danny is 81 and Rhea 77. Together for 53 years, they live separately but their deep friendship endures, built on humor, shared history, and genuine affection. Steven Spielberg and Kate Capshaw met on the set of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom in 1984 and married on October 12, 1991. They've raised 7 children and built a strong, creative partnership through the decades. Now Steven is 78 and Kate 72. Married for 34 years, they say trust, imagination, and shared faith keep their love strong. Kevin Kline met Phoebe Cates in the 1980s and they married in 1989. Long after their fame peaked, they chose a quiet life in New York, far from Hollywood. Now Kevin is 78 and Phoebe 62. Over 3 decades on, their enduring love rests on privacy, mutual respect, and gentle wit. Ron Howard met Cheryl Alley in high school, and they married on June 7, 1975. They have 4 children, including actress Bryce Dallas Howard, and a close-knit family life. Now both 71. After 50 years of marriage, they say communication, trust, and unwavering support are the keys to their enduring love. Mark Harmon met fellow actress Pam Dawber in the 1980s and chose a quiet life with her, marrying on March 21, 1987. Now Mark is 74 and Pam 74, nearly 4 decades on. Their low-key marriage thrives on staying home, choosing privacy over red carpets, and guarding what matters most. Matthew McConaughey first noticed Camila Alves across a crowded Los Angeles night in 2006, and they married in 2012. Their relationship has grown from instant spark to grounded partnership over 13 years. Now Matthew is 56 and Camila 42. They point to shared faith, staying playful, and always coming back to family as their compass. Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi fell in love in the mid-2000s and married at home in August 2008. They've walked through intense public scrutiny, career shifts, and reinvention together. Now Ellen is 67 and Portia 52. Their bond has endured through humor, radical honesty, and choosing to stand together when life feels loudest. Jamie Lee Curtis and Christopher Guest met through mutual friends and married on December 18, 1984, in Los Angeles. They adopted 2 children, Annie and Ruby, and have shared over 4 decades of love. Now Jamie is 66 and Christopher 77. After 41 years together, they credit respect, humor, and individuality for their lasting bond. Dennis Quaid met Laura Savoy at a business event in 2019, and they eloped in Santa Barbara in 2020. Their romance, often discussed for its age gap, has deepened instead of fading. Now Dennis is 71 and Laura 32. 5 years in, their joy rests on faith, gratitude, and tuning out noise. Let's see if the couples that follow match the names in your heart. Pierce Brosnan met journalist Keely Shea Smith in 1994 and married on August 4, 2001, in Ireland. They have 2 sons and remain one of Hollywood's most admired couples. Now Pierce is 72 and Keely 61. Together for 34 years, they credit gratitude, loyalty, and faith for keeping their love unshakable. Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew Broderick met in November 1991 and tied the knot on May 19, 1997, at New York's Angel Orensan Synagogue. They welcomed son James Wilkie in 2002 and twin daughters Marion and Tabitha via surrogate in 2009. Now Sarah is 60 and Matthew 63. After 28 years of marriage, they credit laughter, loyalty, and shared independence for their lasting love. Samuel L. Jackson met LaTanya Richardson as college students on Atlanta's Spelman Morehouse scene, then married her in 1980, long before global stardom. Now Samuel is 76 and LaTanya 76. 45 years later, their union has survived addiction, fame, and distance through fierce faith, blunt honesty, and shared purpose. Adriano Celentano met Claudia Mori on a film set in the early 1960s, and they married in 1964. Through hit records, movies, and changing fashions, they've remained each other's constant for more than 60 years. Now Adriano is 87 and Claudia 81. Forgiveness, loyalty, and a fierce belief in family keep their love strong and unshaken. Ben Stiller met Christine Taylor on a quirky sci-fi pilot in 1999, married her in 2000, and later weathered a painful separation before quietly finding their way back together. Now Ben is 60 and Christine 54. Their renewed marriage rests on humor, humility, and choosing each other a second time. John C. Reilly met producer Allison Dickey on the set of Casualties of War in 1989, and they married in 1992. While his face became familiar in major films, their life stayed independent. Now John is 60 and Allison 55. 3 decades on, their marriage rests on shared art, loyalty, and gentle constancy.